event for us is very exciting. This is where we, as a company here in Modesto, Manteca, get to preview the students' work. All this is done by our students. This is their moment to shine, is to say, in the sun, and to showcase the work they did. From this, a lot of the kids will graduate. There's probably salon owners here, people that are in the industry of the beauty, some shape or form, movies, you know, runway models. And some of these kids will be working with those people because they got that type of finesse, quality, and they have a vision to take their career to a much bigger level than I think most people give the hairdressing craft credit for. So this is a huge, this happens all over America, by the way, but this is one of the biggest shows. Modesto, Manteca, Toni and Guy started doing these in malls where we used to do them in theaters, but we only saw the work. So it was Fred and Sam who came up with the idea and said, let's take this to the mall and show Modesto, the community, what a Toni and Guy Academy is versus typical beauty college work.
We are assigned categories and we come up with our own separate looks per stylist, and we work on this look day in and day out for 2 months straight up until the show. So a lot of time and preparation goes into it. I actually am a model for a different stylist, and I actually had a model in the show as well. We all had different styles and we all had a category that we had to come up with as a group. We all worked together as a team to make sure that everything blended together and everything went together. And so we would get together in meetings every day and we would all show everybody our looks and make sure that everything went together so the show went smoothly.
It's a 3-month planning situation. In other words, all the kids get together in different groups. They come up with themes, and this all has to be approved because we want to make sure that it's not too out there. We've had some shows when we first started doing it, they got a little bit too dodgy. In other words, they almost equaled the Night of the Living Dead or something. And we got to remember, no matter how bizarre, how avant-garde your ideas are, they still must complement or make a woman look beautiful, surreal if it may be, avant-garde, editorial, and most of all commercial. You saw that the updo segment was very commercial. The men's segment was from commercial to really strong hair for men, because that's what's going on across America. So it's the thought of planning. They do boards with all the pictures on it, and some of the outfits are made by the students themselves. We had, you know, people like H&M and you know, American Eagle, White House, Black Market, and different people here contribute fashion for us, because that's a big part of it too. It's fashion and hair go together. You can't separate it with makeup. So all that's put together, and it's a 3-month ordeal. You saw over 80 models today. That's probably the biggest show I've been a part of. Generally they do maybe 30. Most of it too is maybe 40. They did 80 today because they're so excited to get out there and show what they've been learning at Toni and Guy, because this is a passion for them, it's an art thing for them, and it's a career. It's not just a vocation or a job. They're creating career paths. That's what Toni and Guy is all about.
Our group was golden that we walked in, and then we each had models in different groups, so it was fun getting to help our stylists come up with ideas for our own looks, as well as plan looks for our own models. We all kind of inspired each other. We all gave each other a lot of ideas. We did a lot of preparation. We practiced on each other a lot. We practiced on our models a lot. Our models had to come in a lot. Being on the runway, like she said, is nerve-wracking. You're trying not to tremble. You're trying to walk straight. You're trying not to smile if you're not supposed to smile.
I actually went on Pinterest and I saw a dress made out of hair, and we were in the braids category, so I was like, why not try it? Well, it was fairly easy. We just did a waterfall braid, 2 of them, and put one top up here and then just tied it in the back around, and then just tied it in the back and tied it up. So it's fairly easy. It took a couple days. We had to do it. First we did it, we tried it on her, but it was too thin and it showed too much, so we just weaved in, crocheted basically some hair more in to make it a little thicker. Hair and makeup is what I focused on. That's what I mostly went to school for. And so I did her makeup. You can't really see because it's all covered by her face, her hair. But I love doing hair and makeup. I love making people feel good about themselves and, you know, transforming themselves. So I love it.
We've been practicing and getting ready for this for about 3 months now. It has been an awesome journey, trials and tribulations. Honestly, today is a miracle. We didn't think it was going to come out this good, and it ended up being amazing. And I don't regret anything. It was awesome, amazing experience. I've been around the hair industry my whole life. My mom went to cosmetology school, so she really inspired me. My piece today was Boy George, and it was actually a girl modeling for me, so we did transformed her into a boy, and it was awesome to, you know, show this to everyone, and yeah, just be able to show people what I can do. The energy was amazing. The models, even the stylists, we feed off that energy. It was going the whole time. There was never a dull moment for me.
The reaction for the crowd, I think today was quite interesting because this is my third show here in Modesto, Manteca. And some people would say, well, people are maybe not as hair fashion as you think. Well, I think that's all in people's mind. I think people are hair fashion orientated everywhere you go. They just don't know where to go and get it. So our goal is to constantly push the envelope that no matter if you got short hair to long hair, we have something that can constantly put you in the modern world so that you can look the best at work, you can look the best in your lifestyle, that evening situation or those special events. We want to create for all types of hair, all types of people, all types of lifestyle. That's what Toni and Guy is teaching the young hairdressers today, that we must be accessible to the masses. Because our society and our culture is very diverse today. And we want to make sure that we're applicable in every area we go into. So we create that footprint. When you hear Toni and Guy, I know they can do my hair. Without going into too much personal detail, inside the family that's behind the Toni and Guy organization here in the Valley, Modesto and Manteca, there's a deep heart because one of the family members as a child, I'm talking as a baby, suffered from cancer. They thought they were going to lose him. She survived, which is a miracle. But it was also the help and the hospital here in Modesto, Manteca area that was a big proponent of that. So we want to be a strong, committed company that from our heart and our passion to give back to the community, our hearts for the kids with cancer is huge. We don't want to see any kid that had the opportunity to possibly be a survivor and stand up in front of a TV or in their classroom or in their community and say, I survived cancer, I beat it, and it was with the help of the people right here in the Valley.
It's a big part of our life. It's what we do every day. And I think one thing about this show is we're trying to inspire other people to get into it. You know, people that might be really into hair and makeup but not necessarily know how to pursue a career in it. They can always come down to the school. Our school helps us a lot. It's what we do every day.
I thought the audience was in awe for a lot of it. I thought they were really participating with us today, and it was a bigger crowd than the last two shows I've been to. So this is a huge event. It was, I think, opens the eye of who we are in this area. We're not just a beauty cosmetology experience. We are an academy training professional people, no matter where we are in the world, right there in the place. Doesn't matter we're in Boise, Idaho, which we have Toni and Guy, by the way, or Manteca, Modesto, or Dallas, London, New York, Milano, you name it. Toni and Guy is out to change hairdressing for the future and for today. So that's it. That's all I'm saying. So catch us at a Toni and Guy. That's what we wanted you to do. Come see us.